All right, guys, welcome back to the NFL Pick 6 show, Week 5 edition. What did you think about Week 4?
It was a crazy one, that's for sure. I mean, Chicago blew that lead, but hey, I mean, we have to expect it with Chicago. But I don't know if Justin Fields is the problem. He played really good that game. And that Jets game and the Chiefs game, that was a little too close.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that Mahomes decided to kneel down on slide down on the 1 yard line, but I understand the play. It is the smart play. It ends the game. But it also ended our game for covering the 9.
Indeed it did. And who knew that Miami was going to get blown out by the Bills? That was quite unexpected. It hurts for us, but hey, now we know.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Want to get right into the picks?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, can I go first?
Go first, yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I have the Eagles -4 at the Rams. This is my favorite pick of the week. I think that the Eagles are a little mad that the Washington game was so close. And I think they're going to try and just really turn on the burners and see what they can do. They're going to try and activate this passing game that hasn't been there all season long. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to go for a lot of passing yards and not so much the rush. And I think A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are going to have great games.
Eagles -4 is also my favorite pick of the week. So I guess we locked up on our first one
I like
right
that.
off the bat, so that's good. Yeah, I think I saw something today that said Hurts is 21-1, I think, in his last 22 games. And covering 4, I think this is going to be very similar to the Tampa Bay game, in my opinion, which I also loved and we were on. So, I'm all over it.
I think it's a great pick. Now, you do have to put in the factor that Cooper Kupp might be coming back. He is starting practice. I think it's Wednesday, so yeah, he might come back to practice Wednesday. We're not sure, so Eagles
I still like
-4. Yeah, yeah, same. So I like that pick.
Awesome, great. My pick would be the Niners night game at home against Dallas. I know it's a big game. Niners are -3.5. Yep. It's a rivalry. You know, we did think they were both going to be coming in undefeated. One of the teams is undefeated, and I think one of the teams is far superior, and that would be the 49ers.
Well, I am really happy that you put that on there because that was my second pick.
We matched up on 2.
49ers -3.5. I think it's a great game, and I think the Cowboys are a little overrated.
I agree.
And the Niners are just too good. Now, you do have to put in the fact that Deebo Samuel might not be playing. He's questionable.
Yep.
So, I mean, that could play a little factor, but Brandon Ayuk has been showing out. They also have George Kittle, who they can just throw the ball to every time if needed. Brock Purdy said he feels really comfortable with him. And then you just have the best player in the NFL as CMC.
Yes.
I mean, no one can stop him. He's the greatest.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be a little angry. I mean, people keep saying that Dallas needs the win more for some reason, but I think the Niners are. I think they're playing with a chip on their shoulder.
No, yeah, I mean, I think Dallas does really need this win, but it's not going to happen. I think the 49ers are just too good.
Yep.
This could be an undefeated season for them, in my opinion. They're really good this year. So.
Yeah, I don't think they have to play the Chiefs, so they've got a chance at undefeated.
Yeah, they do. I don't know what one I like better, but I'm going to put this one over. I like Ravens -5 at Pitt. Pittsburgh is horrible. Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator, does not know a single thing about football, and they're really struggling on offense. And honestly, I know their defense has been playing okay, but it's not as good as it could be. And I think the Ravens are a bit better than people think. Now, they had an off game last week against Cleveland, even though they won. I don't think they played their best, but I think they're going to come out with some vengeance and try and just take down Pittsburgh. I know it's a divisional game, but I still think that Ravens really want to solidify their top spot in their division.
For me, I was leaning Pitt on this game. I left it off the board. I'd hate to take Pittsburgh because I don't think they're very good.
No, yeah.
Baltimore, I'm still low on Baltimore. And divisional game, I've always got to take it if it's above 3, take the plus number. But it was 3.5 this morning. Everybody's money's coming in on the Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't like the game at all. I stayed away from it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I saw the Ravens this morning at -3.5, and I really liked it. And I kind of still like him at 5, but 3.5 was way better.
Yeah, sure. For me, next, I have Indy at home, plus
Okay.
1.5 against Tennessee. And I feel like I'm picking against Tennessee every week. At least they're on my board every week, being against them. But I'm not buying them at all. I've got to go Indy on this one.
No, yeah, actually, I have them under my upset category at Indy plus 1.5. Also, I think that they are way better than Tennessee, and I think Tennessee is not that good at all. And Anthony Richardson has been balling out.
Yeah.
Insane. He's looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the league already as a rookie, and I really like Indy in that game. And another rookie quarterback that's balling out, which I have on my list, is Houston plus 1.5 at Atlanta. CJ Stroud is unbelievable. Top quarterback already, in my opinion. He's just great. Already has over 1,000 passing yards, no interceptions. I don't see anyone stopping him right now.
I just think you're trying to get me to take Houston because I wouldn't take your Houston bet that won last week. You're turning into a Houston fanboy.
No, I just think CJ Stroud is a really good quarterback.
Yep.
And Nico Collins, the receiver, he's been balling out. Their defense hasn't been horrible. And Dameon Pierce has been a decent running back for them. And Atlanta seems to be on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
I think they need to start clicking offensively, and I really think that starts with Desmond Ridder. Now, some people may say this is the week to turn it around, but I don't see Atlanta having that team chemistry just yet. And I think this actually, after watching a lot of Atlanta games this season already, that this could be a more down year for them, in my opinion, and trying to build the team chemistry. And next year is going to be a really good year for them.
Okay. And there is a good trend with teams coming back from London and not having the bye, having to play. Typically, they score very low.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that gives them the win in that for Houston, but it does typically mean that Atlanta may score.
No, yeah. I mean, I think it helps, but I just see Houston putting a little beat down on Atlanta. I really think that Houston wants to take advantage of where they're at in their division and try and jump ahead a couple teams. Now, I know if Indianapolis wins, I think they're going to be tied with them right there, maybe a game behind. I'm not too sure on that. Probably should check up on that. But I think that Houston's really going to want to try and take that little jump in their division and not fall too far behind.
Okay, I get that. My next one on my board is Green Bay -1 at Las Vegas. That's a Monday night game. Green Bay showed me a lot in the loss last week. I know they struggled in the first half. They came out and played great in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm all in on fading the Raiders. So I don't love to take a Monday night game, but I do really like Green Bay -1 against Las Vegas.
Well, we really seem to be clicking this week because I have the Packers -1 at Las Vegas too.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Hopefully it's a good thing.
No, I think this is a good thing. I mean, geez, we already have 4 teams that we like.
Yep.
I mean, Packers -1, great spread. I think that on the Circa card, it actually might go up just a little bit.
Yeah, it opened at 2. It went
Yeah.
to 1. It's probably going to land at 2, 2.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I see it at 2.5, but I still like them right there. I think Vegas is not gonna do too good this week.
Yep.
And the Packers have been showing a lot of perseverance through these more tough times. I mean, coming back from down 17 points against the Saints and winning is great. And they almost did the same thing last week. I think the Packers have a lot of team chemistry. And with Aaron Jones starting to get back into the mix after his injury, and we saw Christian Watson score that touchdown after being hurt in his debut, I think the Packers are going to show out this game.
All right, great. What else you got?
I have Washington -6 versus Chicago. I like Washington that game. I think they're playing really good football, almost beating the Eagles. I think they should have gone for 2 at the end right there.
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy.
Yeah, they had the chance. I think they should have taken it while they were rolling.
You got a chance to win the game in one play.
Yeah.
Or go put it to luck. It makes no sense.
They were moving really nicely on that last drive. And so I do like Washington quite a bit that game.
I love Washington. They're on my board as one of my maybes.
Okay.
It's a Thursday night game, which is why I had it in the maybe category.
Same.
Which isn't our favorites take. But I do like it. I think that Washington has a pretty decent offense. you know, and I think that Chicago has a below-average offense,
Okay.
and I think they have no defense.
Yeah.
So, and at least Washington has some defense.
That-
So, in
yeah,
me, they
this
win
is
in
true.
both categories. 6 is a huge number to take a team like Washington.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do see them covering the 6.
Well, I mean, it's not a big number when you're playing Chicago. That's the thing. And Sam Howell has been playing really good football also,
Yes.
their quarterback. But, you know, we saw Justin Fields with his passing game last week against Denver, and it looked phenomenal.
Yeah, Denver, though, their defense is.
I was going to say, it is Denver, but I don't know. Denver came back down a lot.
Yep.
And, I mean, I didn't see it coming. So I think that their defense, Chicago's defense is horrible, and I don't think that they can keep leads even if they're lucky to gain one. So I think that Washington -6 is actually a really good pick, and I know it's a Thursday night game. We don't like taking it, but like we said last time, if we like the Thursday night game and it's worth it, I think we should really consider it.
Yeah, we got a fire on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chicago, I feel like Fields played a little inspired last week after all the turmoil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that high is going to fade.
No, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a double-digit win,
Yeah.
in my opinion, in this game.
And I mean, that's like you said, that's not something to expect with Washington. But again, they're playing the Bears, so
Yep.
I like the double-digit win.
Awesome. You got any other ones hiding?
Yeah, I have one more, and it wasn't my favorite pick, but I think that it deserved a spot on my board because Joe Burrow is struggling. I have Arizona +3 at home. Arizona's been playing great football. You know, I mean, Joshua Dobbs, who would have known that he was doing good? I mean, I guess the Chargers head coach did. I mean, they signed him last minute. So he's been playing great. Their offense is good. They played good football against the 49ers. They really did, and they almost came back, and the 49ers didn't cover, which would have sucked if Arizona came back and they didn't cover. But, you know, I mean, Arizona's playing great football, and Cincinnati is doing the exact opposite. Joe Burrow isn't playing good, and Jamar Chase is starting to show his frustration with Joe Burrow, and their offense hasn't been clicking, and Cincinnati doesn't have any defensive players.
Yep.
So, I mean, who knows? I think that that's definitely one to be considered. And last week, you know, we just threw those picks on the board because we couldn't agree with each other. So I don't think that that's one we should put on our card. But I definitely think that it's one that you guys should consider out there to maybe place a little bet on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want it on the card, but it's an interesting game.
No, I really think it is. And I think that if Cincinnati falls this game, then they're in big trouble. I mean, people are still like, okay, well, they have a lot of time to, you know, get things in stride. But I think that this is a big game for them, and if they fall to the Cardinals, there's some trouble in Cincy, and
Yeah, I
things
think
have
there's
to be
definitely
changed.
trouble in Cincy.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple that I still was kicking around.
Okay.
I like Jacksonville plus the 5.5
Okay.
in London against Buffalo.
Okay.
So I'm not sure I want it on the card. It's a little scary with the way Buffalo performed.
No, that's what I was thinking.
But Jacksonville basically lives in London at this point.
That's what I was just about to say.
They've
Yeah.
got the most experience, and I don't know if you know, but the last Buffalo's lost the last 3 out of 5 against Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah, and here we're getting 6.5 points, and I think the betting public is going to bring this up to 6, and I think it might come out at +6 on the Circa card.
Okay.
So with those things, I like getting the 6 points. I think Jacksonville's going to come out and perform. They're going to be there all week in London.
Yeah.
People are going to be singing their praise because they just won the last game. I think they're going to come out amped and score a lot of points. So getting 6 at the end of the game, it's something to consider.
No, honestly, I really like your reasonings right there. I didn't put it on my board, but I was really close to, and I would have done the same thing you did. I love all your reasonings. They've been in London for a while. The fans are going to be happy with them since they just won last game.
Yep.
And I think that if Jacksonville can come out and win this game, they're going to be the real deal, and people need to be afraid of them. Because,
Yeah, I think they need to come out and win this game.
well, I think so too. And honestly, if the Bills lose, that's something that you have to look at and be like, okay, well then maybe Buffalo's having some problems too. I mean, I know they just beat the Dolphins, but the Dolphins don't really have a defense, and they kind of just have that high-powered offense that no one can keep up with.
Yeah.
And, it is a divisional game, so things are expected to happen like that. So you never know.
But on the road in London, I'm seeing a couple of Allen picks.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I do like that game, but I don't know if it should be thrown on the card.
Yeah.
And when I said Bills, and when I said it was a divisional game, I was talking about the Bills-Dolphins, if you guys didn't get that. just want to clarify that.
And one more, I wore the shirt. I know it's not our favorite thing to do, but Chiefs are below 6. They're -4 at Minnesota. And this is a situational pick for me more than a Kansas City Chiefs pick. I don't like all the negative talk about the Chiefs coming off of the Jets on a nationally televised game on a Sunday night.
Yeah, I don't
Everybody's saying it was the refs that did it. The Chiefs underperformed. Jets should have won the game. Zach Wilson's amazing. All this stuff. It's great. So I think the Chiefs, they don't like that. They come out and play hard whenever somebody insults them. I also think that Minnesota is in a downward spiral. They won last week, but because of luck.
And it's the Panthers. Come on.
Yeah, and even then they shouldn't have won the game.
I know.
So for me, it's a situational. 2 teams matching up. I know some money's coming in on the Vikings. It opened up at 5. It's at 4 now. Love it at 4. I don't know if we'll get that lucky in the Circa card, but it's something to consider. Also, Kirk Cousins, not at his favorite spot. He's a little bit later. He likes his schedule, likes to play 1 o'clock. This is 4 o'clock Kirk Cousins. So there's a lot of situational things I like in this game.
Patrick Mahomes plays mad when people talk about him. And when he plays mad, he is impossible to stop. And, it was a little too close for comfort, that game.
Yes, it was.
And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to want to, put some relief on his fans and be like, don't worry, we're not in trouble. We're going to come out and we're going to destroy this team and we're going to move on and be the team that we are. And I think this defense is actually going to step it up a notch because they just realized that they almost got embarrassed by Zach Wilson. And Zach Wilson, he played good, but again, it's Zach Wilson, and he came to that moment at the end of the game where he showed who he really is, and he fumbled it. He didn't fumble. He fumbled. He fumbled the game. So,
And honestly, Patrick Mahomes runs that ball in, and doesn't slide down. And all of a sudden, we're talking about a cover. All this stuff isn't being talked about. So, I don't know. It's situationally, this game works for me.
No, I agree with that. But then I think that we have so many picks that we agree on that if we agree on them, we should just put a staple on them in the card. But I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games actually, but the one's Thursday night, so I don't know if I want to throw that one on there.
Yep. So we got 4 games we like.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's our toss up we want to get in there? So we both like Buffalo. We both like Jacksonville. Plus the 5.5. It's in London.
Mm-hmm.
And we both like the Thursday night game, which is Chicago at Washington. We like Washington.
Yeah. I think that those are both 2 games that we can definitely throw on there.
Which way are you leaning?
Dang, it's tough. And I think
tough.
that if it wasn't a Thursday night game, I would say Washington. But then I'm thinking that maybe Justin Fields has another good game, and it's maybe like a 3-point game. And I don't know. I think it could be double digit, or it's gonna be 3.
Okay.
So I don't know. But then Jacksonville, Buffalo, that's just such a tough game, man.
It is tough.
I don't know. I didn't have Jacksonville on my board.
Okay.
So.
And you did have Washington.
I did have Washington on my board. So I think that's a sign. And I think that this is like, let's not make that mistake of we agreed on it and not put it on the board. So I think we're going to do what we usually don't do, and we're going to go Washington -6.
All right. I like it.
Yep.
All right. So what do we got?
Okay. So we have the Eagles -4. We have the 49ers -3.5.
We got Indy +1.5. Green Bay -1. And the Thursday night game, Washington -6.
I like it. Sounds like a good card to me.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk parlay of the week.
All right.
Who do you think we should throw in there?
Well, I think we both love Philly -4.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think it's got to be in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Okay.
And I think that we should go with the pick that we liked but didn't put on the board, which was Jacksonville plus 5.5.
I do like that. In London.
Yep. And then, you know, I don't know if people are going to like this one a lot, but the Chiefs -4, baby.
Chiefs.
I like it.
I like it. Okay. You know you can always sell me on the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what do we got?
All right. So we have the Eagles -4. We have Jacksonville plus 5.5. We have the Chiefs -4.
Boom. That's your parlay of the week. It's going to be plus 600.
I like it.
I like it.
Thank you guys for watching the show. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that post notification bell.
Ding.
So you know what time the show drops on Thursday. And make sure to go follow our Instagram to follow our Friday finals and our Told You Tuesdays.
That's right. And you can follow us at Pick 6 in the Circa Million Contest to see where we are in the standings. And make sure to comment because we love hearing your comments, who your picks are, who you think we got wrong, because we like to, you know, comment back and show you we were right. All right. So you guys have fun burning your books this weekend.